I were to ask you to list the most valuable clubs in the world, of course, certain names will come to mind like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City. But what does it really mean to be a valuable club? Well, that's why we're here. I am Anishilewo, Jimmy Anishilewo. This is Money Talks, and I'm here with our sports financial expert, Ayoola, to shed more light on this. So, Ayoola, welcome.
Hi, Jimmy.
Can you tell us, list for us the most valuable clubs in the world?
When it comes to the most valuable clubs in the world, starting on number 10, of course, we have Arsenal in the Premier League. And interestingly, they are only valued at 2.6 billion. I say only because you hear the other numbers on the list as well. Just above Arsenal, of course, is Chelsea. And completing the London trio at number 8 is Tottenham, followed by PSG, who are valued at 4.4 billion. So you can see that the difference is already quite serious. And then you have Bayern Munich at number 6, Manchester City at number 5, Liverpool above Manchester City, interestingly, at number 4. Then you have Barcelona at number 3, Manchester United at number 2, and Real Madrid, who have been top for 3 consecutive years, and they've been top for 8 of the last 11 years as well, at number 1, valued at $6.55 billion.
Okay, so now this is going to sound like me shading Barcelona, but I am not willing to, because you listed them at number 4.
Number 3.
Number 3. Mm-hmm. But how can they be the most valuable, what part of the most valuable clubs in the world if they are broke?
Well, it all depends on how you look at it, because like some of the world's biggest billionaires, they are cash poor. So they don't have money to spread around at the moment. But as an institution, they are valued very highly. I mean, they have one of the largest stadiums in the world. So from an economic point of view, there's a lot they can do with the stadium. They have some of the most expensive...
We saw what they were doing with the stadium.
Yes, exactly. And that would also increase their valuation. They have one of the most expensive squads in the world as well. And if they were to sell off their assets, they would probably get something close to the 5.3 billion that they are valued at today. But in terms of cash flow, something interesting also that you should note is that even though they were able to make more than 800 million in revenue, their operating income, which is of course the revenue minus the money that they spent on things like taxes, things like restructuring debts, paying off player wages. Basically, operating income is in the negative. It's the lowest of the top 30 most valuable teams at negative $145 million for the 2023 fiscal year, meaning that they spent $145 million more than they were able to bring in. So that's why they struggle to pay, for example, or register players, because they don't have the money unless they are doing something with some of their assets. So that's why a team like Barcelona, also PSG, is in a similar situation. Their operating income was negative $127 million, which is the second worst of the top 30 most valuable teams in the world. So clubs like that, they might be valuable on paper, but in terms of day-to-day finances, they might struggle to get money because technically they are cash poor, even though they are valued very highly.
All right. Another question: does on-pitch success also play a part in this valuation? Because, like you said, Manchester United is there, and let me just leave it at that. I don't want to shade anybody, but does on-pitch success also play a part in this valuation?
Well, it does play a part in terms of the fact that your fan base will also affect your valuation. And so for you to get such a fan base, even though people like to deny it, people like successful teams. So teams that have built up a large fan base based on success that they've had in the past will always rank high in this list, because they have a lot of ways of milking this fan base for money. If you look at a team like Tottenham, for example, even though they've been close to success in recent years, they've probably been, even though they've not won a lot, but they've been in the Champions League more.
I don't think they won anything,
but they've been in and around success. So you see them valued still a lot lower than...
by proximity.
Yes, by proximity. You still see them valued a lot lower than someone like Manchester United, because they don't quite have the off-field success, if you would say it like that. A team like Arsenal struggled in the past because their on-field success was starting to affect their off-field success as well. So their valuation dropped, and just by coming back into the Champions League for the first time in several years, by coming second in the league for 2 seasons, they've now moved 15 positions upwards on the valuation chain. Even though they are still 10th, their valuation is expected to rise as the team becomes more successful. So it's a bit of both. You have to have on-field success to have off-field success.
Oh.
And once you have that, the others should follow ideally. But in the present, it might winning a few FA Cups, like some people, it might not actually affect the team's valuation.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So we've come to the end of this episode. What surprised you most from this list? Is it at Arsenal at number 10, Tottenham above both Arsenal and Chelsea, Manchester United ranking above Manchester City, or broke Barcelona as high up as number 3? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. I am Anishlewo, Jimmy Anishlewo, and this is Money Talks, brought to you by Live Score Bet.